Hi, I'm Luke, and I'm sitting with my dad, Chuck Stynchula, who owns his own business, C. Stynchula Construction. So, what is one question that you always ask at an interview?
I ask why you want this job and if you're willing to work.
Okay. My next question is, what is one thing that immediately makes you dismiss a candidate?
His appearance or his or her appearance to make sure that they're nice.
And what is one piece of advice you'd give to future interviewers?
To dress nice, to look good, to have a good impression.
Well, thank you so much for your time and hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
I'm Bethany Gressman, and I'm interviewing Leslie Miller. She works for Regency Transportation Limousine Business, and limousine business is corporate throughout the world. What is one question that you always ask at an interview?
I always ask them, why do you want to work here?
And how they answer that? What are your remarks to how they answer that usually?
Well, I want to find where their priorities are, and if they're really interested, if they understand what it's gonna take to do the job properly.
All right. And what is one thing that immediately makes you dismiss a candidate from the job?
If they're distracted during the interview, if they can't leave their cell phone in the car, or ignore their messages, even if they have it on vibrate, if they can't ignore that for the 10-15 minutes that they're with me interviewing, forget it. They're not going to pay attention. They're not going to listen to the rules.
So you're more worried about a cell phone, so tattoos and piercings wouldn't affect you as much as a cell phone would?
No, because they would have a uniform. There'd be a certain attire that they would have, business suit that we require for the job, and those tattoos would not be visible.
But how about piercings on like the face? Like facial piercings?
Those would not be permitted.
Okay, so that would be something that would dismiss a candidate for you?
I wouldn't totally dismiss him.
You would prefer if they would just
I would have to lay out the rules and the expectations that is not accepted. They cannot be visible, and if they have piercings, they have to be removed while they're on the job.
All right, fair enough. What is one piece of advice you would give for future interviewers? Like, say they didn't get the job with you, but you were a nice person and gave them advice for like future job interviews they would go to. What is one advice you would give them?
To be prepared when they came to the interview, whether it's to have an extra copy of the resume, to do your homework on the company, find out what that company does or what business they're in. Find out what does that company do, or what is their share of the market.
All right, that sounds pretty good. Thank you.
So in conclusion, what surprised me was my mom's interview that her first dismissal was a cell phone and texting instead of more like tattoos and facial piercings, especially being a limousine person, that you have to look presentable and well-groomed to deal with people.
And then what surprised me the most was that for both of the interviews, they both had the same answer. The first question was, which was, why do you want the job? And they had no idea what the other person said.